Hello student, welcome back to my channel. Today I have bought a new topic that's Block 3 Plautus Plot of Gold Part 5. Make sure y'all refer the previous video so that y'all can understand it better. To begin with, as y'all have understood through the previous videos, that the classical drama began with religious festivals in Greece in 5th century BCE and reached its height with playwrights like Sophocles, Euripides, Aeschylus, Aristophanes, and Menander. But by the 4th and 5th century CE, classical drama declined and eventually disappeared as a living art form. The end of classical drama marks one of the most significant cultural transitions in Western history, from ancient pagan art to Christian medieval culture. The main background, that's the glory of classical drama, was before its decline, classical drama had a noble and religious origin. Greek tragedy began in Dionysian festival celebrating the god Dionysius. Greek comedy developed from choral song and rustic humor mocking society and politics. Roman drama emerged from religious games and combined Greek structure with Roman social life. For centuries, theatre was not just entertainment, it was a civic, moral, and spiritual experience. But over time, as political, moral, and religious value changed, so did attitude towards theatre changed. And the reason for the decline of classical drama was not sudden, it occurred gradually due to multiple causes like political, social, artistic, and religious. First of all, looking into the political change, fall of the Greek city-states and the rise of Roman, that is, Greek drama was rooted in the life of the polis, that is, city-state. When city-state like Athens lost independence, the communal life that supported drama weakened. The focus shifted from public civic theatre to private entertainment. Second was the end of the Roman Republic, that is, during the Republic, drama had moral and political theme. Under the empire, emperors promoted spectacle and games instead of intellectual drama. Theatre became state-controlled entertainment. Third is the imperial censorship and control. Dramatists had to avoid political criticism of emperor or the government. As a result, creative freedom declined. Next, we have social and cultural causes. First is the rise of popular entertainment. The Roman public gradually preferred circuses, gladiatorial combats, chariot races, and pantomimes to literary plays. These events was visual, violent, and exciting, appealing to mass audience rather than educated elites. Next, we have loss of audience interest. The educated classes viewed theatre as outdated. The common people wanted spectacle, not serious tragedy or subtitle comedy. Literary drama became limited to private reading rather than stage performances, especially in Seneca's tragedies. Third, we have decline of patronage. That's the early playwrights was supported by wealthy patrons and festivals. As public funds were diverted to games and military expenses, drama lost financial support. Next, we have artistic and literary causes. That's first, we have lack of originality. Roman playwrights mostly imitated Greek models instead of creating new forms. Repetition and adaptation made the theatre less dynamic. Second, we have decline in moral and artistic quality. That's the later Roman plays became vulgar and sensational, filled with crude humor and obscenity. The purpose of theatre shifted from moral structure to amusement. Third, we have disappearance of the chorus. The chorus, once essential in Greek theatre, gradually disappeared in Roman drama. Without it, the moral and the philosophical depth of plays were lost. Next, we have religious and moral opposition. First is the rise of Christianity. By the 4th century CE, Christianity became the dominant religion of the Roman Empire. Christian leaders commanded theatres as pagan, immoral, and indecent because it was linked into idol worship, nudity, and violence. Second, we have condemnations by the church fathers. Church authorities openly criticize actors and performances. They saw theatre as promoting sinful passion and falsehood. Third, we have closure of theatre. Emperor Constantine, early 4th century CE, legalized Christianity and reduced state support for pagan festivals. Later Emperor Theodosius I, late 4th century CE, banned pagan festival and closed theatre across empire. This officially ended classical theatre performances. Next, we have transitions period from classical to medieval drama. Even though theatre were closed, drama did not die completely, it transformed. First is the survival of popular form. Mime and Athenian farces continue informally among common people. This form preserved comic traditions through humor, improvisation, and stock character. Second, we have religious transformation. The Christian church replaced theatrical festivals with religious ceremonies and liturgies. By the 10th century, liturgical drama like Easter plays reappeared inside churches. This was the beginning of medieval drama. Next, we have from stage to script. Roman tragedies like Seneca's were read and studied by scholars, not performed. This text later influenced Renaissance tragedy, for example, Shakespeare and Marlowe. Thus, the end of the classical drama was not a total extinction but a rebirth in new form. Next, we have characteristics of the late Roman drama, that's before its end. Plays were replaced by pantomime and mime shows with dance and gesture. Dialogues were reduced, performance became visual rather than verbal. Theatre buildings were still used, but for music, acrobatic, and circus act. The audience became rowdy, often demanding violence or comedy rather than literature. Actors were socially dragged and excluded from public honors. The moral purpose of drama was completely lost. Next, we have a historical timeline of decline. These are the period and the event from 5th century to 4th century BCE. That's a Greek classical drama flourished. Second, we have a 3rd to 2nd BCE. That's a Roman adaptation of Greek plays. Then we have 1st BCE to 1st CE, that is Seneca's tragedy, more reading than performances. Then we have 2nd to 3rd CE, popular entertainment replaced literary drama. Then we have 4th CE, that's a Christianity rises, church condemned theatre. And during 5th CE, theatre close, fall of Western Roman Empire. Then we have a 6th to 9th CE, that's no formal theatre, transition to liturgical dramas. And last we have 10th century onwards, that's a birth of medieval religious drama. Next, we have consequences of the end of classical drama. That first, we have disappearance of theatre. Many ancient theatres were abandoned, destroyed, or converted into churches or markets. Next, we have loss of scripts and record. Many classical plays were lost because copying them was no longer considered important. Third, we have a cultural shift. The center of culture moved from pagan festival to Christian worship. Fourth, we have the birth of new tradition, that's the moral and ritual element of ancient drama refaces in medieval mystery and moral plays centuries later. And last, we have legacy and influence. Even though classical drama ended, its spirit and structure survived. Renaissance writers rediscovered Greek and Roman plays, leading to the rebirth of theatre. Seneca's tragedies inspired revenge tragedies in England. Plautus and Terence comedies influenced European comedy, including Shakespeare, Molière, and Goldoni. The architectural design of Roman theatre influenced Renaissance and modern theatre construction. Thus, the end of classical drama was also the foundation of modern Western drama. We only can conclude that the end of classical drama was not a sudden death, but a gradual transformation driven by political collapse, changing social values, decline of artistic originality, and the rise of Christianity. That's all for today. A special thanks to the students who are watching my videos. Please do like, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.